Welcome to the Lakeshow podcast, brought to you by LeBron's Casino Resort and Spa. Play responsibly. You must be 18 years or older.
Good times.
Good times.
Indeed. I'm Allie Clifton, alongside Chris McGee, Mike Bresnahan. Christmas is here. The holidays are here. What are we feeling?
What'd you guys
jolly?
get me?
Keith was at the top of my shopping list.
Yeah.
Was he?
Got him a case of Silver Oak.
Been looking outside my door every day for you guys to drop something off.
Aw.
Are you unable to sleep at night until
Just been waiting.
till we gift you?
Not a lot of gifts under the tree over there, guys.
What'd you get your children?
Don't worry about that.
Smart
You never
man.
know. They might be watching the show.
Smart man.
yeah.
I was wondering if you
good
not
point.
might be. They do. They give me notes on their dad every week.
Every week. Every week.
Yeah.
Allie, are you sneaking away? You're going to get to the Midwest a little bit?
I will not. I just came from the Midwest.
Yeah.
Is Minnesota the Midwest?
Sure.
Minnesota?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was 6 degrees.
6
Went
degrees.
to Mall of America for the first time.
That's
I do find it so crazy that there are legitimate roller coasters inside that building.
It's a
And
trip.
correct me if I'm wrong, because I was there years ago when I was traveling with teams. You can walk inside everywhere, right? Like
Everywhere.
tunnels and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool. There's a water ride
I feel like you've either been here,
or not.
like an LA game, OKC, Minnesota. Maybe you've been to Dallas and San Antonio, but I feel like those are the three you're at all the time.
I feel like I've covered OKC a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty accurate.
Do you
I'm
have a
going to
favorite-
Portland this week.
Oh, you are?
Wow,
yeah.
the Northwest.
Do you have a favorite team to cover?
The Lakers.
Besides the Lakers, like in the new job.
A favorite team that I will say I've seen a lot of OKC, and when you watch them up close and you actually have to cover them, they're legit.
Wait, did you see him lose? Were you
I
there when
did
they-
see them lose, and I couldn't believe it.
You had everything ready for them to win, and then they lost, and you had to...
Yeah, and it was the second night of a back-to-back for them. Ant returned, and he just went absolute nuts.
Do you like when they all come over for the interview?
I do. I do, but at the same time, their guy that covers them, God, why am I blanking on his name? I talk to him all the time. I just talked to him the other day. Does such a great job. That the most recent one, I had their cup game, them and the Suns. They started with me, and while the interview was going on, you just slowly see out of your peripheral them fade away. Oh, it was Nick Gallo. That's who it is. Slowly fade away, and then when I finish my interview, I look over and they're all around Nick.
Yeah.
And it is cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It is not fake. It is real. It is genuine. And I think when you watch the Thunder play, it's
I
real.
believe it.
So
Is
they've
that a
been
fun team to be around? Are they like in a really good mood? Or
yeah,
are
they're
they like,
young. They got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Seems like they don't take things too serious, but they are serious about the business, and that's cool.
Wonder how many
It's
titles
unfortunately they're in the
how many
Western
titles is that
Conference.
group going to win, you think, in the next 6-7 years?
What'd you say?
Just wonder how many
4 or
titles they're
5.
going to get in the next 6-7 years.
It's an interesting
We'll
one,
see.
right? Like when I did my post-game interview with Ant, like my first question involved, you handed the Thunder just their 3rd loss. And in the same breath, he tells me, it's game 28. Like, that's
25 and 3.
That's incredible.
This their first time losing 2 in a row?
They haven't lost 2 in a row.
They didn't lose
No,
2 in a
there's
row. I
one
thought they
win.
were
Because they beat the Clippers the night before.
something the Lakers did not do.
Dun, dun, dun.
Everybody's beating the Clippers.
Great
except the Lakers
segue.
did not, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's jump in because obviously there were things that came out of that game. Most notably, Luka Dončić. He left Saturday's loss with a left leg contusion. After practice today, JJ said he is, quote, day to day. How concerned should we be with the Lakers now dealing with all these injuries, but most notably this one with Luka, calling it a calf strain?
If he doesn't play Christmas, then I'm very concerned. Not in terms of missing the year, but we know that it cost him a bunch of games last year, Brez. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but yeah, you know, it's definitely more serious than you think if he's going to miss Christmas. I'm sure he's trying to target that date, but yeah, the concern's always there because calves they don't just magically go away. So it's going to be something that's going to hamper him all year, maybe. I don't know. That's just the panic that you have, but hopefully he's okay. But yeah, the concern's there for sure for me.
Yeah, I like your indicator. If he misses 2 games, which would be the Christmas game would be the second one, then it's like, okay, how long is he out here? I do like the day-to-day versus the week-to-week. It's so funny, like just maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, teams used to tell you exactly what was happening. They'd be like, oh, he's got a grade 3 calf strain. He's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, thanks. Or, this is a grade 1 hamstring. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. There is no more timetables. There's no more grades. It's just like, he's day to day. And in this instance, Reddick did say day to day instead of week to week. So it's really the only guidance you can get. So that there is a good sign. But then again, in some sports, some players who are day to day come back like 7 weeks later. So It's hard to tell, but the NBA and other sports have gotten really uptight about injury information just within the last decade for sure.
I think my biggest concern is not just the injuries around Luka, but with this team. And I know every team goes through it, but the Lakers only had 6 games where their starting 5 was available. They've only had 3 games with their top 8 rotational guys. If you want to throw a 9th in there, it's even less. So 8 games. Sorry, 3 games with 8 players that you're used to. I mean, so it is hard to build some sort of, continuity and rhythm, even though they've had a good season to start, through these games.
And when you just see this right here, the injury report, you think back to Saturday, the Lakers were without 4 players, which obviously included Austin, no Rui, no DeAndre Ayton, no Gabe Vincent. Then you lost Luka there in the first half. What are you pointing at?
If you add up those 5 guys right there, DeAndre, Luka, Rui, Austin, Gabe Vincent, that's 94 points on average from those
exact
5 guys. Yeah.
You had that ready to go?
Well,
That's impressive.
I looked at it the other night. It was 59 without Luka, and Luka's like 35 points or so.
Yeah.
So that's almost 100 points gone. I had a Clipper fan. I know a Clipper fan, Geek.
Yeah, do you?
I was going to heckle him the other day and be like, oh, yeah, congrats on beating a very beat-up Lakers team. And I did the math. They were without 4 guys who were averaging 59 points.
Yeah.
So the Clippers, he actually did not reach out to me. So I think even he knows, Allie, that they beat a pretty, downtrodden Laker team. But if Luka joins them, that's 94 points on the bench. If all 5 of those guys miss the game on Tuesday, that's a lot, Geet.
Yeah, that was a weird game, too. Like, I just thought the energy wasn't good from the start, even when Luka was in the game. Like, they got down 12 early, got down 10. It was 9-0 or something. So it was just a bad game all around. That was one of the worst offensive games in Laker history. It wasn't that the Clippers played that well. I think they scored 103 points. Like, they were struggling, too. They did hit 16 threes. Plus 30 from 3, the Clippers were.
Wow.
That's rough.
At one point, the Lakers were 4 for 35. Then they hit 2 more.
Obviously, you don't want to be in the situation that you're in. However, when you look at the season as a totality through the first 27 games, you're still 19-8, despite all that you've kind of endured with all the injuries. What do you think has been the reasoning for that? Why?
I think it's a deep team. I think they've had some great individual performances. They've had contributions from guys that you didn't think would, contribute at that level in those moments. And by the way, I think that's why you can win a game against the Clippers when you're shorthanded, because you've done it before and teams have done it to the Lakers. Remember, Atlanta sat everybody. They beat the Lakers. So it is possible. You can't do it over a long period of time consistently, but the Lakers have been able to at least have those 2 stars available to them most of the time. Only a handful of times was it just 1 star out there, but everyone else was healthy, so you're able to. But when you miss the role players and the stars, that's when you can be in big trouble. So, but I think it's because of the depth, the depth of the team, the individual performances. AR having a great start.
Yeah.
Luka, they were able to find some mojo in those 14 games that LeBron missed. They are, I think, 11 or 12-0 in close games. I don't know what it's up to now, but the clutch games, they lead the league in those scenarios. So they've been able to, find a way to win 19 games. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm going to put Luka aside, and I'm going to credit, because we knew what he was going to give us. We all predicted it when he showed up to camp looking the way he did. I'm going to credit the other guys, Geet. DeAndre Ayton has been phenomenal. I mean, Marcus Smart, when he's healthy, he's been good. LaRavia, some good spot starts. So I kind of like these guys that, and of course, AR's ascension into, it's going to be his 5th year in a row where his scoring average goes up. I mean, he is all-star adjacent if he's not in that game, Allie. He's super close. So it's been hard, but I really think that those 3 or 4 things right there, the new guys have really paid off more than any season I can remember, except for maybe when the first year AD was acquired. Obviously, that paid off with an NBA title in the bubble. But, man, the new guys have been really, really good for this team.
Lakers 10-0 to be exact in clutch games.
Thank you.
Right around that mark.
Impressive.
I think there was also a bit of a positive sign, right? I guess if you look at it when you go game to game and where you are throughout the course of the season, and especially right now, because you'll probably be without Luka and more than likely without Austin tomorrow. When you're talking about your big 3, what you saw or were able to get from LeBron, season high 36, averaging over 20 per game this season. Crazy to think he does turn 41 next week. We talked about it last week. We've kind of talked about the last couple of weeks of just rounding into form. Probably the right time if it's happening.
Yeah. I don't think we should be surprised because we've seen it for 22 years. I think the one thing that maybe set us on a different path, when I say us, the national narrative and people talking, was he had a couple of games where he struggled to get to the 10-point threshold.
Right.
And he was, coming out of the game. But if you listen to what he said during that time, then this is not a surprise. He didn't play this summer. He wasn't in the Olympics. He didn't have a training camp. LeBron's magic power is his ability to train the way he does and get himself ready to play basketball. And then he can get you 25, 8, and 8 every single night, no matter what his age is. That's just what he's been able to do. So the fact that he wasn't doing that from the jump, I think people were surprised, but you shouldn't be if you know his history. So now that he's ramping up and in form, it just looks like normal LeBron out there. That's the amazing thing. He's hammering dunks. He's the only guy that had energy to start that game.
How about that?
I mean, LeBron played great in that game, but no one else did. Mm-hmm. So you're going to lose that game. My only thing is like, man, if you don't have Austin, you don't have Luka, I don't want LeBron's usage to be off the charts because I like where he's at right now.
Yeah.
The whole thing about him coming back and having those games where he was 10 and he missed it that one game, like he didn't have to do everything. So you're okay with him having those low scoring nights because other guys are having the usage and he's figuring out how to, now everyone out, he's got to do what he's always done, so.
Yeah, that's a great analysis. I mean, maybe 3 weeks ago, people are like, oh my God, the streak's over. First time in almost 20 years. And there was a little panic about LeBron. I remember I was here for the game night where he barely got to 10. I think he had to score a bucket in the fourth quarter to make sure he got there. I believe that was against Phoenix.
Yeah, it was an ugly game.
The first time. A bad game for a lot of players that night. Not the most magnificent offensive game from what I remember. But yeah, there was a little bit of, is he finally, are the stats finally coming off the table? Is LeBron finally coming down to earth? And I never think he's going to be like Dirk in his last year or Vince Carter in their last year where they averaged 5 points or 6 points maybe if one of those guys had a bonanza regular final season. But, at some point LeBron's stats will curtail. And I people started thinking, is this the year? And it's not, obviously. It's not, because you see his last 3 games where he's playing really well, averaging 30 points. I mean, we're going back like 10, 15 years. Last time LeBron averaged 30 in a season, and I'm not going to say he's going to do that the rest of the way, but he's definitely carrying the team, like you said, Geet.
I think that Philly game was huge. It was the Philly game. He had missed the Boston game.
Yep.
It was right after he makes the pass in Toronto. He doesn't get the 10 points. It's a story for a couple of days. Comes back in that Philly game, and he's got a dunk early. It's an unbelievable atmosphere in there. Philly fans are going nuts. There's a bunch of Laker fans there. And LeBron put on a show, and he had that fourth quarter. I know he doesn't need confidence games, but I think that game helped jumpstart everything. He started to feel real good.
Yeah, for sure. The Lakers are set to play the Houston Rockets on Christmas Day. It'll be the 52nd time the Lakers will play on Christmas. What makes this so special? And do you guys have a favorite Laker Christmas memory?
I mean, it's special because when you grow up here and you're a Laker fan, even if you're not growing up here, you just know that that's part of the routine. If you come from a family that's big into the Lakers. So like growing up, you knew that they'd be playing on Christmas Day. It was just part of it. And you kind of build everything around that. Like I just have memories from being really little, and we'd be at my Italian grandmother's house when I was a kid, and like my dad and people around the TV, right? After you're just in a coma after eating all this food. And then it changed to when I got older and my brother's house, and then it changed to my house, and then it changed to working on Christmas Day. And then the last couple of years we've been able to enjoy it at home. So there's all these memories for me. It's just been part of my life. Favorite ones are kind of tough. I don't have like any growing up where I was like, it was the greatest game ever. But I remember a couple really, like the one was your first year here, Allie. I didn't work that night. LeBron and the young Lakers with Luke coaching. And I felt very invested that year. Luke was the coach, and the Lakers were starting to roll. And they were like 18-7 or something like that. And then LeBron got hurt in that game, and they were beating the Warriors by like 30. And it changed the course of the whole season. But that game, to watch those young guys play with LeBron and bury the Warriors up there was really special. And then last year was super cool when Austin beat the Warriors on the game winner. So
yeah,
that's right.
That was real nice, right?
When the NFL tried to come in and say we're going to own Christmas.
Yeah.
They're doing it again this year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Did they beat Boston once with Kobe and Powell, I want to say?
Yep.
That was a good one.
For sure.
I remember them also losing to Boston maybe a couple years before that. The first Christmas Day game, I've done 20 of them, including 6 here, maybe 8 here. The first one I did was when Shaq came back to L.A. for the first time with the Miami Heat.
Was that the Bynum Shaq game? That was on Christmas?
That was Christmas.
Wow.
I think that was the same game.
Yeah.
But I just remember the energy at the old Staples Center,
Yeah.
right? And people didn't know what to do because Kobe's playing. He wants to crush Shaq and the Heat. Did not happen that day.
Yeah.
And people like Shaq, but they're kind of like they
were mad.
It was the most torn audience I can ever remember. And the Lakers did not win. They didn't do a lot of winning that year. They didn't even make the playoffs. Rudy Tomjanovich quit halfway through the season. Welcome back Phil Jackson the next year. Got Powell a few years after that. Then they started winning the game, but winning again. But that was the most unusual Christmas. It was my first game ever as a Laker beat writer. And I'm like, how do I write this up? Because the audience is kind of booing Shaq, but then cheering him. And it was very, very bizarre. It was a long time ago, but what a crazy, crazy game that was.
Little known fact, I've never been to a Christmas Day game for the Lakers.
Wow.
Are you going this year?
Wow.
No, I didn't. I thought about that. I'm not, but
Yeah.
should have looked into that. Never been.
Are there special Christmas jerseys?
Thought there used to be.
I think there are.
They're not anymore.
Yeah, there definitely used to be, but maybe maybe
that
not.
was also one of my favorite things.
In the commercials leading up to the Christmas game. I always remember
Right.
the one where they're all shooting and it's like the song, the Christmas song.
Yeah.
It's Nash and everybody
Yeah,
knows that.
a lot of shoe debuts on Christmas.
Yeah.
We need to get that back.
Yeah,
We
do.
need to run that back somehow.
I love
some way.
that there's games on all day.
Yeah.
It's great.
I do too.
It's great. And football, if you
We
want.
don't talk about football
But if
here.
you're not in the fantasy finals, you can take the day off. Or if your team's not playing, I'll still have football on. I'll have it on the iPad,
Right.
but on the NBA on the big TV. But
Obviously,
bad
something
fantasy
to
week, so I don't
keep
know.
an eye on here on Spectrum SportsNet all week. We'll have the updates regarding all of those who are currently injured, because you want to see them on Christmas Day. That's for sure. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we've got another edition of Bucket or Brick, and we share what's our holiday wish, that holiday wish list for the Lakers. Hoops fans, Morongo Casino Resort and Spa is a great place to catch all the action.
They've got great bars with incredible beers and cocktails.
Fantastic food, too, from snacks to seafood to steaks.
And big screens everywhere showing all the big games.
Endless slots and table games. I never want to leave.
Don't forget the great deals at Desert Hills Premium Outlets. Can't wait to show you what I got.
That's why I love Morongo.
A slam dunk of good times every time.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa is a California licensed gambling facility. You must be 18 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome back to the Lakeshow podcast. If you're enjoying the show, you can check out more original podcasts from our Spectrum News journalists on the Spectrum News app. Just head to the podcast section to listen to the latest episodes. You can download the Spectrum News app on the App Store or Google Play. It's time for a round of Bucket or Brick presented by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Play responsibly. You must be 18 years or older. With that said, we talked earlier about LeBron turning 41 next week. The Lakers have 3 games before his birthday. He's got the Suns, the Rockets, and the Kings. Bucket or brick, LeBron will have a 40-point game before he turns 41.
I'm going to bucket this. I think he has to, especially if the 5 guys we already talked about are out. Someone's got to score for this team, you know? You can't have any more. What they finished with against the Clips, 88?
Right.
Can't have any more games where you're that far under 100, Geet. I mean, to win an NBA game, you have to score like 115 to 125 these days. And I think he's going to have to do it. And I would not be surprised if it's, well, Houston's a pretty tough opponent, so I'm not going to guess the Houston game, but he's going to have to if they're going to be without these 5 guys for at least another couple games.
Okay, does he turn 41 on December 30th? Do we know the exact date? Okay, so that's the Detroit game. Not only am I going to bucket it, I'm going to give you the game. Sacramento. Not doing it
That's
against
a good
Houston.
call.
He's not doing it against Phoenix. He's going to do it against Sacramento on his final day. Final game as a 40-year-old. He's going to give you 40. It's going to be another record, another feather in his cap. He will do
bookend.
it. And they're going to win a close game against the Kings at home. And LeBron is going to be tired after that. And then he can go have his party.
Ron, add that to your list. I saw he was on Mind the Game saying that everyone was talking about every time he hits the floor, there's a new record that he's setting. He's like, they look at, me walk out of the tunnel and the amount of times I look down. It's a new record.
Yeah,
LeBron's
it's a new record.
Okay, my friend, you're here.
He's here.
And we're
40 on
calling
40.
it.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
go get it done.
Yep.
I'll agree with you on that. All right, there was some chippiness the last time the Lakers faced the Suns. Dylan Brooks was ejected. Bucket or brick, we will see another player ejection Tuesday night. Didn't this just happen in the Warrior game too, but it was Draymond?
I will say, yes, it did. I will say brick, but there will be multiple technical fouls, and there will be an altercation with Dylan Brooks, but no ejection this time.
I agree. I mean, the Lakers have been getting ejected a lot these days. That was Dylan Brooks that day. I don't think any ejections. I mean, Dylan Brooks has to learn, right, from what he did in that last game?
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay.
And if the Suns are way up and the Lakers are shorthanded, he's going to be talking more than ever.
He is. But I mean, he basically cost his team that game. He hit the huge three, then he bumped into LeBron, who actually missed the tech, so maybe didn't cost his team that game. But Dylan was playing well. And you lose a very valuable 3-and-D wing who's had an offensive renaissance this season with the Suns, and he got himself kicked out of the game. I don't think he does it again.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a close game. If it's a close game, the tension is going to be because a lot of the pressure's on the Suns. Lakers are depleted. You have to win that game. He's going to be wired no matter what, whether they're blowing the Lakers out or whether the Lakers are winning and he's panicking about that. It's on.
This is just an exact moment where I am in observation mode, listening to everything you're saying. Your shirt matches your eyes to a T today. Have you noticed that? I was just listening.
Oh my God! You're
like the exact. I just had a whole moment.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Smile, and I'm like, what's she thinking right now?
Voice of an angel.
I'm listening to everything you're saying, but then I was like, I know. Thank you.
People get lost in those eyes, huh, Brett?
I think they're hazel or olive or
Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly. Okay. All right, moving on. JJ Redick said recently he told Austin Reeves he would be an all-star when he took the job. Bucket or brick, will Austin Reeves be an all-star this season? Remember, it's a new format. That means 3 teams have to be loaded up. What are we thinking?
I'm going to bucket it. I'm in on this. I can't believe I'm saying this. 2 months ago, I would have said, well, he's going to have a nice season, but there's so many good guards and everything in the West and throughout the league. And yeah, I think he's there. I do. I mean, he's averaging 25 or so. I lost track a little bit the last couple of games with the PPG is, but it's incredible what he's done. Yeah, he's 28. Thank you. Producer Drew informing me that he is keeping his average up. But impressive nonetheless. I think he's in, Geet.
Bucket with Brez. Absolutely. But I do think these next few weeks, if he can come back soon, and plus Luka misses some, if he has a couple big weeks like he was, get back up to that 30, have a couple big games, just need a couple big games, he's in.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Win games too.
And much deserving too. I mean, I know it's hard.
I think he should be one no matter what. I just understand how hard it was.
Yeah. If the Lakers slip a little bit further in the standings, they're hanging out in the 4 or 5 realm right now. They got to get out. They got to stay in that zone or go up a little bit. If they fall to like 7 or 8, it gets harder to take 3 guys from the same team. But new format, maybe that won't be an issue.
Valid point.
The NFL decided last season that they will start playing games on Christmas. Bucket or brick, the NBA on Christmas is still better.
I'm going to bucket this because the NBA on Christmas is a very special thing. However, I do like the NFL on Christmas as well. I like to have options.
Yep.
There's the gambling aspect of it, the fantasy football aspect of it, the daily fantasy of it. So I think it's still a big day for the NBA, and they still reign. But it's okay for the NFL to have a little piece of the pie. I don't like when they try to do it on a Wednesday, but on a Thursday they can have some days.
Yeah,
they can have some games.
No, I'm cool with it. It really is the NBA's day. This was a bigger story a year or 2 ago
when it was on a Wednesday. Remember?
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, it was really weird. You're not giving the players enough rest if you're in the NFL.
You're just being greedy.
I mean, you can play 4 games a week in the NBA, but 2 games a week in the NFL, that's with only a 3-day rest. That's not enough. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Sure. NBA first, NFL second on Christmas.
I'm not a fan. Stay off our day. To end the podcast, in the spirit of the holiday season, we all have a wish list for what gifts are that we want. He wants us to deliver them to his house. What's your Laker wish list?
My Laker wish list is that they enjoy some health this season.
Yeah.
That they have an arsenal of players to choose from, that they don't have any major injuries, because I think if they are just somewhat whole for a certain amount of time this season, then they will be a top 6 team and make the playoffs. That's it.
Yeah. I'm going to get a little more greedy, Geet. I want them to be top 4 in the West. That's my wish for them. Because, Allie, they haven't hosted a playoff series in a while around here.
Last year. They lost.
Yeah. Did they host last year?
Yeah, and they lost.
You're right. They lost Game 5 here. What am I
How about
talking
we ask for a playoff win, me and you, Brez?
They were second last year. What's that?
Let's ask for a playoff win, me and you. That's what we want.
Yeah,
Let's get a playoff series
win.
Let's go.
And not the play-in win. That doesn't count. That's one game, maybe two.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about like top 4,
Yeah.
win the home court, keep the home court, take care of it in the first round, and get to that second round.
That's what I want. I want that
Thanks,
now.
Keith.
I'm always that guy that looks at the other president and goes, I want that. I want what Brett said. I want to win.
Greedy.
Health is stupid. I want to win a playoff
Either
series.
for Brez. I'm Allie. This is the Lakeshow podcast presented by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa.
Hey, I thought they hosted a playoff series.